Let's go with injuries. Gafford's available. Musa, Davis, Lively, Irving, and Exum are all out.
Jason, you talked yesterday about throwing different coverages at Luka. You know, he's a guy who's seen it all. How do you decide when you're gonna go single coverage versus throwing a lot more bodies at him? Is that something like personnel wise, whether with who they have on the floor, or is it something else?
It could be a combination of both. Guys on the floor, how Luka's playing. If he's going extremely well, we might have to do something different. And so it just depends personnel and then the way Luka's playing.
Nearing the 1 year anniversary of the trade, do you wish that there was something you could have did to stop it?
No, I think it's 1 year, and next year will be 2 years, and next after that be three, and we'll just keep counting. But Luka's moved on, and we've moved on. So that's the way, he's playing extremely well. He leads the league in scoring. He has his team in the hunt, and so for that we wish him the best. But that's just the business of basketball. We've got to move forward.
Jason, obviously you pointed out that he's leading the league in scoring. As somebody who knows his game so well, how have you seen him grow even more this season?
Yeah, well, I think when you look at just he always adds something. Sometimes if he's not, maybe shooting the three well, he understands using the pass will only help him, and he can do that at a very high rate. He finds the open guy. He's one of the strongest of being able to take a double team and jump past and throw it to the corner or look, the low man off. So, if things aren't going well, he understands what it takes to win, so he can use the pass or use his teammates to, manipulate what he needs to get.
Just as a follow to that, obviously you know LeBron very well too. What have you noticed out of their partnership and the way they play together? What stands out to you most?
Well, I think when you look at two of the best high IQ players, when you talk about winners, they're both winners. They understand what it takes to win, and so I think they play off of each other extremely well, understanding when it's time to go. For the older one, when you talk about LeBron being 41 and the things that he's doing at this age is incredible. And so understanding Luka, can manipulate and use his gravity, and then vice versa. A lot of times when LeBron has the ball, it's 4-on-4 because Luka's standing outside the three-point line and you're hugged up, so he can take advantage of that. So I think they're playing extremely well off of one another.
Jason, you played almost till you were 40, or like one of the rare players who was able to extend a career through different styles, different generations. What were the biggest physical challenges to doing this every night as you got older?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the physical part. I think it's the mental part. Understanding I can't compare myself to LeBron. He's done a lot more than I can ever imagine. And so just to wake up and say, do I really need to do this? Physically, LeBron, he's had some injuries, but he's taking care of his body. He's always prepared himself for the marathon. But I think it's the mental side. I think that's the hardest part, is to wake up and say, do I need to go play against a 20-year-old or a 19-year-old? He's won championships. He's been MVP. He's been the face of the league. He's a billion-dollar company. So I think it's the mental side. And so I think understanding that he loves competition and he loves the game of basketball. And so for him to do it at 41 is incredible.
You remember when you asked yourself that question and the answer was no?
Oh, I knew. I went straight to Woody and told him I can't. The car has no gas, and this is not a Tesla, so we can't plug in. This is an old Chevy. And so just understanding that the basket looked like it was 15 feet high and the ball weighed 50 pounds. And that it was all right to say I was done. And I walked to the end of the bench after I told Woody I couldn't help, but I would help from the end of the bench and keep guys focused.
Jason, every player would obviously love a career like Dirk's, a storybook ending with a statue and street name and all those things, but that's not promised. from a player's perspective, when you overcome these emotional trades, what do you unlock about yourself? As you mentioned, Luka's leading the league in points. And it just seemed like he's turned a different leaf.
Yeah, I think we would all love to be with one team. That's Dirk is the blueprint. But business of basketball sometimes happens and things change, and you have to pivot. But that doesn't mean your career needs to stop. You can continue to push, keep getting better, learn, add to your game, and I think that's what Luka has done.
Jason, there's been some things obviously out of your team's control this year with injuries. What's the level of intrigue or hope, I guess, to at some point have a run with Cooper and Kyrie and AD on the court together? Like, what do you think about that maybe seeing that at some point this year?
Yeah, we would love to see that in 26. There's no guarantee. The only thing that we can focus on are those guys in uniform that can play. And that's what we've done until we get closer for Kai or closer for AD. Then we can start paying a little bit more attention to that. But right now, those guys are out for some time, and so just understanding we're focused on the guys that can play, and those guys are playing extremely hard, and the trust and playing for one another and having fun. So that's what we're focused on. But we would love to see that trio at some point.
Any through lines about what's been working on both sides of the ball during this 4-game winning streak for you?
I think just the trust on both ends, defensively, rebounding the miss, being able to then play with pace, and then second, first on the offensive end would be the throw ahead, just sharing the ball, the trust of being able to play with that pace and understand when we do throw it ahead, being able to get a layup or being able to take advantage of a three.
Has the ice had any effect on y'all's ability to prepare for the game as well as you would normally?
No, I think for us, we had shoot around yesterday. So for weather issues, we were home. So we had our shoot around yesterday, prepared for the Lakers, and go about business as usual this afternoon or this evening.
After the win against the Warriors, Najee Marshall said that the guys feel motivated because they're kind of starting to see what this can be with the personnel that is out. What do you think this can be with this group on the floor and how the two ways have been?
Yeah, I think this group has been fun. They are competing. Again, when you've been with a lot of injuries, it just becomes the norm. But next man up mentality. Guys have enjoyed playing with one another. We're playing extremely fast. We're not going to be perfect, but we're having fun and we're finding a way to win.
Does Coop have any minutes restriction tonight?
Yeah, he's I think up to 30.
Anything specific stand out about Cooper Flag relative to when you drafted him versus where he is today and kind of how fast he's developed? And is there anything that you can color for people that don't get to watch him every day?
Yeah, just his maturity for an 18, 19-year-old to be able to be a pro, understand the work. This is a new marathon for him. He's run the college marathon, but there's nothing like running an NBA marathon. So for him, and just his energy, he's always willing to learn and work. And so for us as an organization, we'll lean into that.
With Anthony Davis earlier today on the court doing a workout with his right hand, what can you tell us about where his headspace is at being hurt for the last few weeks and how he's progressed since being out?
Yeah, he's working extremely hard. As you mentioned, he's on the court, and he's going to be a dominant right-hand player when he comes back. Just understanding he's working on his point guard skills. So we were just talking about that in the office, that he should be the next one. If we don't have a point guard, that he should be labeled as the next point guard. And I'm just joking, but when you look at he's putting in the effort to get back, and so it's good to see your leaders out there working. And once they're cleared to be able to play, then we'll put them in uniform. Thanks.